Welcome back to the Instabills, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Night Special. I'm going to go over two things with you guys in this video. I'm going to go over the comparison between BBIG and SPRT. A lot of people asking, is BBIG the next SPRT? I'm going to compare the charts. What exactly did SPRT look like when they broke out? And how does BBIG look? And which indicators should we be looking out for as a possible continuation? And also, SPRT has a merger vote date coming up on September 10th. Are they going to possibly have a major squeeze play and breakout leading into that merger vote date? I'm going to go over that with you guys here. And also where you guys can find these breakout alerts so you guys do not miss them again. And I'll ask in return is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you guys want to see more chart updates on potential breakouts that we mentioned throughout the week. So let's jump into this one. So again, I'm going to go over the comparison between SPRT and BBIG. I want to make sure we do answer this question. A lot of people asking, is BBIG the next SPRT? Is it going to have a huge squeeze play? I see a lot of people in the comments saying, I'm just going to go all in. I want to make sure we do cover exactly which indicators and make sure we do justify each one of these breakouts so that way we can be consistent traders. Again, this is not financial advice. This is only what I'd be doing. But before we get started, I want to mention that we do alert penny stock and breakout alerts throughout the day. We mentioned SPRT at $14.80, jumping all the way up to $60 going into the next day, up 400% in the last 2 days. And also we mentioned BBIG yesterday in pre-market around $3.50, jumping all the way up to $7.35 going to extended hours, up 100% on that breakout as well. And also earlier this week, we mentioned RGC on a 100% breakout. We mentioned major breakouts all throughout the week. So if you guys do want to see all of these breakouts throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you guys will never miss a breakout alert throughout the day again. So as you guys can see here on SPRT on the 4-hour chart, we have been continuously breaking out. Not much data to go off of on the 4-hour chart. Again, we are looking to see if we can continue with this momentum. But however, I'm going to zoom into the 30-minute chart so you guys can see what we are looking out for. So again, leading into that merger vote date in about a week and a half, we're going to be looking to see if we can bounce off the 50-day moving average leading into that merger vote date and possibly bounce back up above the 20-day moving average. And we will be looking for the 20-day moving average to curl back up. Again, this is a simple play in my opinion, not much to think about leading into a merger vote date. I've played many of these plays leading into merger vote dates. I know exactly how these play out. This is exactly what we are looking out for. As you guys can see, we have sell pressure coming in towards the end of the day. So again, we are going to be careful going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to be looking to see if we can get more consolidation and again bounce off the 50-day moving average and get back above the 20-day moving average and curl back up. And again, of course, breaking over $60 would be very bullish for us, but what exact point are we looking out for as a possible entry? And what exact price do we need to break above to get bullish momentum leading into SPRT to possibly have that continuation? I want to go over with you guys here. So as you guys can see here, we have multiple rejections here on SPRT at $40. As you guys can see, we got rejected at $40, not breaking the body of the candle above $40. We broke into around $55 going to pre-market. But again, we could not hold the body of the candle above. We came back down. And again, we had that continuation jumping all the way up to $60 on the day yesterday. And again, we did continue on up because we broke above this $40 mark. And again, our next resistance here at $60. So in my opinion, we're trying to break back over 40. And again, 50 is very key for us, of course. But however, in my opinion, $40 and $60 is what I'm looking for here. In my opinion, $40 is showing us bullish momentum leading into that merger vote date, but to have that confirmation on that breakout, of course, would be breaking into new highs over $60. So in my opinion, we're trying to climb back over $40, but does that mean I would be purchasing at that point in time? And the answer to that is I would be looking for the MACD here. As you guys can see, again, we do have that increase in sell pressure, looking to see if we can, again, as you guys can see, we are decreasing in sell pressure, looking to see if we can continue with that decrease in sell pressure leading into the merger vote date. And if we can get buy pressure, again, we did mention yesterday that we did set our alert right above our previous buy pressure point. And to add that alert on TradingView, you come over to the plus sign here, you click add alert on the plus sign, and then you can put that alert right above your previous buy pressure point. So that way, if we do get momentum and strong momentum leading into this merger vote date, in my opinion, if we do get a squeeze play and a major breakout with SPRT, then we will be looking to see if we can break above our previous buy pressure point and that momentum that we did have on SPRT. So again, we do have that increase in sell pressure recently, making sure we do not get another increase in sell pressure, making sure we do continue on with this decrease in sell pressure. And also we do need the EMA lines to cross back up above the MACD. As you guys can see, we had that major breakout with the EMA lines crossing above the MACD. And in my opinion, the cleanest setup is for these EMA lines to cross up right before the MACD comes up. As you guys can see, we cross right above the front of this MACD, giving us that strong momentum. Again, if we do cross up in the middle of the MACD, it shows us that we are a little weaker than stronger, in my opinion. So again, SPRT definitely on the watch. But however, how does it compare to BBIG? So as you guys can see here on BBIG on the 5-minute chart, again, we have been continuously breaking out above the 20 moving average. We came back down on a hard sell-off, and then we came back up, bounced all the way up, and then continued on up. Now we are consolidating here on the 20 moving average, looking to see if we can continue. And as you guys can see, going to extended hours, we actually had a continuation and major breakout with that 20 moving average continuing on up. And we are looking for the same thing to happen. Again, before we went to extended hours, we had that 20 moving average consolidating on the 20-moving average, looking to see if we can curl up and continue. And we are looking for that to happen here on BBIG to continue on up. We need the 20-moving average to stay below the candles, and again, the 50-moving average to stay below the 20, always giving us that bullish momentum. But how does the buy pressure look is what I'm going to go over with you guys here on BBIG. As you guys can see, we're increasing buy pressure. Recently, we did get some buy pressure going to extended hours. But as you guys can see here, to get that confirmation, and in my opinion, we want to make sure we do justify every one of these plays. We do have an increase in sell pressure. We have an increase in buy pressure, giving us a lot of momentum. But as you guys can see, we need to make sure we do consider that we are getting an increase in sell pressure. Now, I'm going to go back to the SPRT real quick on the 5-minute so you guys can see the comparison. So as you guys can see here on SPRT on the MACD, I'm going to back up here to that $14.80 mark that we did alert. So you guys can see here, we have been increasing buy pressure. You guys can see we got some decrease in sell pressure, but however, again, we did get that increase in buy pressure, giving us that continuation. And if we did set alert right above our previous buy pressure point, then we would have had that confirmation on that momentum. And sure enough, that is what happened. Even though we do have an increase in sell pressure, we continued on up because we had the EMA lines above the MACD showing us that we could continue. So I'm going to go over back to BBIG and show you guys exactly how this one has been playing out. So as you guys can see here, we have been getting an increase in buy pressure. We have the EMA lines still above the MACD, extremely high, showing us that we may continue. But in my opinion, based on where the EMA lines are, we need to make sure we can continue with the EMA lines crossing up. If we do cross down here with the EMA lines and we do continue on down, then we will be looking to see if we can stay above the MACD at that point in time, in my opinion. Again, we have been on quite the run. As you guys can see here on SPRT, we continued on up and we had that major breakout and continuation. And again, we got that continuation here on the volume. We could have set either alert here on the MACD or the volume to get that confirmation. And as you guys can see here back on BBIG, we have the same thing happening, the increase in buy pressure, giving us that possible continuation. So in my opinion, very similar to SPRT. But however, what makes the big difference here is that we are decreasing in volume. And as you guys can see, in my opinion, to get that buy pressure, we need to make sure we do increase in volume. As you guys can see, going to extended hours, we got some volume, but again, not continuation volume to get that confirmation. So in my opinion, I will be careful on BBIG going to Monday. But however, if we can break over this mark that we did mention yesterday, and again, this is a very key point that we had previously on this major rejection here at $9.35. So in my opinion, breaking over $10, again, $10 is a very key resistance for any stock. So in my opinion, we need to make sure we do break above our previous resistance here we have here at $9.35. We got a major rejection to the upside at this point. And again, BBIG, in my opinion, as you guys can see here with the buy pressure we do see, we don't have an increase in buy pressure compared to that major spike that we had previously. So we need to make sure we do continue with this buy pressure going into this week. And as you guys can see here back on the 5-minute, we are trying to increase in buy pressure. So again, in my opinion, I would be setting our alert right above this buy pressure point. So that way, if it does break above it, then we will have that confirmation on that breakout. In my opinion, we probably will break over $10 at that point in time. But again, this is only speculation. This is only what I would expect. But again, BBIG definitely on the watch. A lot of momentum coming into extended hours, and we could see a possible continuation. I'm going to be watching BBIG going to pre-market on Monday, and I will be alerting this one if we do get that confirmation, in my opinion. And of course, BBIG has been on quite the run, so we need to be careful. But as you guys can see, to make it simple, I want to make sure we do keep the 20-moving average above the 50 on the 5-minute to continue on up. If we do, for some reason, start to curl down at some point in time, then I definitely would be watching, especially if we don't have that increase in volume at that point in time, then we could possibly curl down and continue on down. Again, BBIG overall, as you guys can see, has been on quite the sell-off, but recently we have been getting volume. But do we have enough volume to break over that $10 mark is what I wanted to go over with you guys here. And as you guys can see, again, we have some volume, not as much volume as we saw previously, and we have some buy pressure, but not as much as we did see on that breakout. So again, BBIG on the watch for that continuation. But again, make sure we do consider that $10 resistance. And again, SPRT, BBIG, definitely very much to compare to. But again, we need an increase in buy pressure going into this week with BBIG to get that continuation, in my opinion. But again, with that said, if you guys want to see all of our breakouts throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you guys will never miss a breakout alert throughout the day again. And everybody that has been supporting the channel and everybody that has been in the comment section, as always, I appreciate every one of you guys. Much love to you guys. And if you guys do like this video, it does help other people find it, and it does help the channel grow. And I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.